Well, that's 2 hours of my life I'm not getting back. Hello everyone and welcome back to IMO Reviews. Today we are sadly discussing Empire of Light, directed by Sam Mendes and starring Olivia Colman, Michael Ward, Colin Firth and Toby Jones. This is a fictional story of an unlikely romance that blossoms in a seaside cinema in the 1980s. So before we discuss this movie, I do need to make quite a fair point as to where I will be coming from when reviewing this movie. Empire of Light was actually shot in my hometown this past summer. I remember it all very vividly. I was actually very nearly a part of this movie. It was only due to a conflicting schedule that I couldn't be. They would need me to be there at a drop of a hat, and sadly my work doesn't really allow me to do that. But now seeing the movie, I realise it was probably a bit of a lucky escape. But nonetheless, having lived here, having experienced it being made, having been able to peer around a wall and see what's happening, this movie was naturally on my radar and I was excited to see the finished product. I was excited to see my very mundane and rundown hometown be given the Hollywood treatment. It is a rough area, but it is beautiful as well if you look in the right places. And this town has been so downtrodden over the years, something like this is huge and it could make all the difference for this place. And I can give the film huge credit and praise for doing all of that fantastically. Roger Deakins is the cinematographer on this film, and you can tell. The man is a wizard with the camera and he manages to make what is some of the ugliest parts of my home look stunning. Whether it be with lighting or with fake snow or just the type of vehicles that are driving through to recreate the time period, it's fantastic in that regard. And I did have a lot of fun going, oh look, there's the Lido. I walk past that every single day of my life. There they are inside the Dreamland Cinema, which has been shut down for nearly 2 decades, and I swear to you, it was the best cinema in town. And I do hope if anything positive comes from this movie, hopefully the cinema comes back, because it was god tier and the film does give you an idea of how good it was in there. So all of that was lovely. All of that was strangely heartwarming to see my home in a film. But if we're going to look past that little joyous, nostalgic trip that I was able to have with the movie, and we actually discussed the movie itself, well, the positives are quite short. The performances are decent. I don't think anyone is delivering an A-class, Oscar-worthy performance here, but nobody's phoning it in either. For me, the clear standouts were Toby Jones and Olivia Colman. Olivia Colman being good in just about everything that she does. She really does try with this character despite being given very little to work with. And Toby Jones, I don't know, I think he's quite underrated personally. I really like Toby Jones. He's quite a good character actor. He's very chameleon-esque, that he can just change to this creepy dude, to this nice old guy. He's quite good at doing that, and Empire of Light is no different. And strangely, I liked the soundtrack on this one. A lot of it sounded like original music. I don't recognise any of it coming from anything else, but I liked it. It felt fitting. It fit the mood and the tone of the film. Now to get into my big list of moans. This movie is so vapid and empty. The writing treats the audience like you're an idiot. Not one single character in this movie is even remotely complicated. The good guy looks after an injured pigeon because he's a good guy. The bad guys are all racists because racism is bad. That's how deep this movie is. It's pathetic in its attempt of actually trying to bring any of this to life. It's surface level. It's generic. The messaging feels lazy and redundant. It isn't achieving anything other than saying racism's bad, innit? Which I would like to think the vast majority of people are aware of, or at least know about by now. You're preaching to the choir with this one, and I don't really get the point. If you're gonna make a point about racism, make it hit home. Don't just say, yeah, don't do that, that's bad, innit? That doesn't teach anybody anything. This is a completely freaking whimsical romance story between a teenage boy and a fully grown woman, and it's weird, and I have no idea who it's for. I have no idea who's going to enjoy it. The age difference is weird. There's absolutely zero chemistry between Michael Ward and Olivia Colman. I went through 3 months of road closures and no access to the seafront, and I mean it caused bedlam. There was traffic jams going on for over an hour in some places. The seafront is the main way in and out of this town, and your only real way out towards London and Canterbury, and the train station too, and all of that was closed off for 2 months, and this is the end result of why. Yeah, I feel a little bit slapped in the face by Sam Mendes, to be brutally honest with you. This is like it's written by a 5-year-old. It's embarrassingly bad. And I actually like Sam Mendes as a filmmaker, but I don't even need to think about it. This is easily his worst movie by a country mile. I'm going to give Empire of Light a 2 out of 10. This is just generic. The word that comes to mind is generic. It's the most expensive Hallmark daytime movie I've ever seen. It's so empty that you could pick it up, turn it on its head, shake it, and nothing would come out of it. And the only reason I'm not giving it the 1 is that I can clearly tell that the likes of Olivia Colman are doing everything in their power to make this something. I did like the soundtrack, I can appreciate what Roger Deakins did, but apart from that, Jesus Christ, don't waste your time, energy or money on this. Spoilers? Not really, but you even get a scene where Olivia Colman wanks off Colin Firth in his office, and it's just like, what the fuck, why? Why is this needed? We got the point that Olivia Colman is downtrodden as a character without having a rapey hand wank thing going on. It's weird as fuck. Thank you for watching this review. I feel better. Thank you for watching this review. Please be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and please do hit the comment section below. Have you seen Empire of Light? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're not done with this beautiful face, you can always click on these suggested videos here and say goodbye to your weekend as you enter the IMO wormhole. But if not, take care. I look forward to seeing you on the next review.